You are listening to Maximum Pew Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Maximum Pew Pew follows continuous storylines and are meant to be enjoyed from the beginning. This episode follows the Jewel of the South storyline and may contain spoilers from the Tales from the Loop and Our Friends the Machines books published by Fria Ligan and Modiphius Entertainment. The following segments may contain mature themes and adult language. In this episode, the kids encounter a home intruder at the Wallace residence.
J104.5, Greg Wyatt with your evening news. The Princeton Police Department is reporting a large volume of calls involving a dog on the loose in town. Callers describe the canine as being 6 foot tall and able to walk on its hind legs. Princeton PD states that, considering the proximity to Halloween, the prankster is likely wearing their costume a bit early. If you see the individual, you are encouraged to call the police as they are interested in speaking with the individual. Now, for a little music to lighten the mood, how about Warren Zevon's Werewolves in London? J104.5.
Mills, you reference your phone book entries, and you've kind of like crossed out ones in pencil, that you don't think are viable. You go down the list. There's about 3 that you think are really good candidates. The first one's a wrong number. The second one, hey, may I speak to Jenny Peters? Yep, hold one moment, please.
Hey, guys, I got her.
It takes a few seconds. You hear a phone pick up on the other end. Hello?
Jenny?
Yeah.
Jenny Peters, right? Hey, did you sell a video to Bobby Walker?
Who's asking?
Mills. Mills Wallace.
Mills Wallace. Okay. Do I know you, Mills?
No, probably not. I think we went to the same school, at least. Anyway. What? Was there something weird about that video? I'm just checking.
No, You have one of my videos?
I mean, Bobby said something about it.
What video do you have?
Werewolf in London?
What color's the ink on the tape?
Ink on the tape?
Yeah, I write on the label on the tape. What color's the ink?
Hey, what color's the ink?
Hit play, and then stop, and then eject. I'm just like, no, because I'm nervous. I'm like, oh. Okay, so what color is the ink?
You tell me.
Purple.
Purple?
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of mine.
Yeah, it's purple.
Yeah, it's one of mine.
What? Okay. So
you got
weird.
A video off of someone? One of my videos.
Yeah, we got one here. Videos from Bobby.
Werewolf in London.
Yeah,
Did you like it?
I mean, it was pretty good so far.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's interesting. Really turns the genre on its head, if you ask me. But that's great. There's sort of some weird things happening around town. I don't know if you know anything about it. Mills?
Yeah?
You care to explain?
Well, it's just Bobby said a few people who got this video started seeing some weird things in their neighborhoods. Just seems to be a thread, and...
Well, that's the thing with horror movies. People tend to have these visual manifestations of these things that make them afraid, and it's pretty fascinating, really, but it's probably nothing to be afraid of. It's just, something that happens. It's just
I don't think they're visual manifestations, Jenny.
Dog's still walking at it.
We're upstairs.
Oh,
We're
So Mills, what you're saying is that Bobby, who gave you this tape, called you and said that there's real things?
Yeah, real enough to break down his door. You really know nothing about it? Like, You didn't do anything to these, did you? None of that weird technology stuff.
Well, I had to do some of that technology stuff to record them, Mills.
Oh, okay. So just like a VCR.
That's part of it. There's a few other pieces and steps, but
I mean, I commend you. It was pretty good quality. What?
I strive for good quality. I mean, that's how these were. I mean, you can't watch them in theaters anymore. That was the original medium assumed for a lot of these movies, but I try to emulate that as best as possible.
Okay, you know what?
I do pretty well in
I'm
my
not the best
room with my
person.
setup, but
You know what? Hey,
Grab the phone. Can I grab the phone?
yeah,
Are you stronger than me?
maybe.
What-
I don't
I'll
know.
sort of
Or
like
will
do
you-
the-
okay,
I
so
will let you grab the phone.
okay,
Look,
so she
you keep her busy. Hey, Laser.
What?
so
Tag.
So Torvi grabs the phone uncontested from you, and you hear a female voice sort of waxing philosophical about the nuances of horror movies and how their original medium theaters and how some of the magic is lost by
keep
watching them
talking.
on small televisions.
Trying really hard not to lay into her because he told me to wait, and I'm just like,
So I'm basically running upstairs to tag out Laser, so he can go downstairs and talk to her about her weird recording setup.
I'm just down there with a baseball bat and a phone bouncing
Because
around.
I don't know anything about it.
And of course, you have movies like The Shining, where what they've purposefully done is try to make things misleading, to create these nuances that cause this like sociologic confusion in these people, and the real
Hi.
Mills.
Oh, sorry. Mills had to step to the restroom. This is Jorge. Börje. We were watching the movie. We were watching the movie with Mills.
Oh, okay. So, did you enjoy American Werewolf in London?
Yes, it was in very good quality. I was very shocked. I can't imagine what kind of equipment you had to use to, well, other than a VCR, of course, to make that movie copyable.
Well, it's pretty sophisticated, if I say so myself. She will start rattling like a very technical speech to you. I'm going to need you to make me a calculate
Yes.
or program. And
That's why I
I'm going to say it's normal because it's like, to a lay person, it's going to sound like Greek, but to someone with basic knowledge, you can probably piece it together. So yeah, you just need one success, and the failure means like you just straight up don't understand a word of it.
Your dice are cursed.
No, they're not.
No successes?
the blue one.
No success.
Really?
Okay, so
You want to use a left
now
or push?
here's
Give me that other part too.
resources. So what's your pride?
My pride? I'm the smartest kid in school.
Okay, so you can invoke your pride.
Okay.
You're the smartest kid in school. You would get an auto success,
Okay.
or you could use a point of luck. So what's your age?
I'm 12, so I have
So
three
you
more
have 3 points of luck.
Yeah.
So you can like darken 2 of those boxes to indicate that you've got 3 points of luck. You could spend a point of luck. You could re-roll all your failed dice.
Okay. I will do
Or you could mark a condition. Re-roll all of your failed dice. You can do any of those things once. So you can't just like keep going down the condition tree and break yourself trying to do this.
that.
You
I'm
can-
going to spend a luck point.
Okay, so you spend a luck point. You get to re-roll all of your failed dice.
Which is all of
Oh,
them.
wait,
Which is all
wait.
dice.
I'm so stressed out.
2, 3, 6,
I'm
8.
gonna have a nightmare.
Here we go. Okay,
Here's
1
one.
6.
1 success. Okay, so it sounds like the basic setup is your traditional VHS like recording setup where you've got your playback device, which is a television that's either that in her taste, she's got a television that's hooked up to both cable television as well as a VCR. These route to another VCR that is used for recording. And she also talks about how there are some other technological filters and pass-throughs that she's using. She's very avoidant about going into details about them, that some of these devices kind of pass through. She says there's a computer involved, but they pass through and they kind of help remaster this material to maintain the integrity of the quality of the audio and video. So basically what it sounds like is your traditional recording rig with some extra stuff that even she can't like give an official name to, and she's a bit dodgy as to what it is.
So some of this apparatus that you do are having trouble coming with the name for, can you sort of describe it to me? I'm understanding what you're saying so far. It's very, very concise.
Make me a charm roll.
Win some, you lose some.
So yeah, that's heart plus charm. Now everybody can. Now you can assist him. What that means is that you can contribute a d6 to his roll. What that means is you share in the success and you share in the failure, which means that if he fails with charming, you have also failed in charming. So like you may want to make your own roll if you can justify it. You may want to throw assistance to him. However you want to make that work.
Okay, I'll wait my turn just in case.
Okay.
I'm upstairs still, and there was actually going to be something I do.
Oh, okay.
During this
So
time.
yeah,
I think
so
us two are upstairs.
actually
I'm
Marianne
watching.
is the only one that's upstairs.
No, I ran
You
up.
ran upstairs. You tagged out.
Yeah.
You ran upstairs
So,
and tagged him
I'm
in.
watching the wolf guy now.
I was gonna do something too, but I'll wait until
Okay.
after this.
Yeah, so we'll do our telephone call.
Oh, God.
Stranger things have happened.
Well, it added to 6.
No.
Not quite.
Can I grab the phone again?
Yeah, so you make this, you tell her what's going on, and you don't know if maybe it's the way you worded it or your accent or something, but it seems like she's kind of dodging, like maybe she's pretending she doesn't understand the question. That's kind of the impression you get. Torvi, you steal the phone?
Can I do that?
Yeah, you steal the
Yeah.
phone. Do you want to contest that? Like, do you want to...
Yeah.
You don't mess with Torvi.
You did that a lot.
Sorry.
So Torvi, you take phone.
Torvi
You've
takes
yet
the
to
phone
speak
from
with.
everyone.
You've yet to speak with Jenny. You've listened to Jenny. You've yet to speak with her. But you get the phone in a moment of like just kind of silence now because it's kind of like that lull in conversation.
I'm gonna. Yeah, Jenny. Hi. Hi.
Oh, did you watch American Werewolf in London too?
Hi. Guess what? So we're pretty freaked out here because somebody just pounded on our door, and I'm gonna come pound on you if you don't tell me what's going on.
Whoa. Whoa. That would be, let's see here.
Intimidation?
Yeah, so I mean
Charm?
that's still kind of a charm. I could even maybe see force might be a little. Force is more of body, so this would be hard. Yeah, I'd want to hear a charm. Like, make me a charm roll.
1-6.
One success. Okay. So, charm, lie, befriend, and make people do what you want. So, your goal was to persuade her to tell you what's going on. Is that the impression I'm getting?
Yeah, like
Okay.
if she knows anything.
So you succeeded at that. It's like, okay, I'm trying to be helpful. Like, what do you want to know? Like, I don't know. Like, I've got people call me saying that they watch my video and there's strange people pounding on their door. I don't know anything about that.
Okay, well, where did you get the video?
I made it.
You made it. From
Yes.
what? You didn't write the whole movie and film it yourself. Where was the original? Where did you get the original, man?
It was on one of the paid TV stations, like HBO or something. Recorded straight from cable.
How many? Okay, all right. How many have you made? Look, man, I don't care. I'm not going to tell the cops. We have one ourselves.
Let me. I've sold like 73 this week. But that's not just like American Werewolf in London. I've done The Fly. I've done Hellraiser. Done some Shining.
Okay, but are you getting any weird calls from anybody else?
No, because they don't have my number.
Yeah, well, they have phone books, so, it's how we found you. Anyway, do you know any, can you give me phone numbers for, like, anybody else or names?
I don't do phone. Like, I take my stuff, I go to, like, gas station, library, something like that, and people, like, they know me. And they get their videos because the movie gallery's been closed for like a month now.
Well, okay. Do you know anybody else that you sold these to?
I don't ask names.
Okay.
They know me. They know to come to Scarecrow and give them the movie. They give me money, and I mean that's the business end of this.
Okay, look.
Like I don't know about this whole. You're saying like real monsters exist, and that's
dude, we
weird.
Don't know.
Like
it could just be a dude in a mask, but he's freaking people out. He's freaking us out, and you were only lead. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for my rudeness, but I'm scared. So we're gonna go try to find a murderer probably and die. So we'll talk to you later. Bye. Just so you know.
Okay.
Did you find out?
Apparently. She's sold like 70 some of these.
Wow.
Nobody else has called her because nobody else can use a phone book.
And she's selling these for $3 each?
Well, he wanted like...
So that's $210.
He wanted like $450. I don't know. I'm talking down a little bit, but... Alright, then the point is, she said that she doesn't take names, but she says people know to come to Scarecrow to get their movies.
Scarecrow?
So, like, she sells them from gas stations and libraries and stuff. I think she goes by Scarecrow when she's selling these.
Okay. Can I comprehend this somehow?
What is it that you, the character, want to do? Like you're trying to parse this, or
I'm trying to piece together from the information they've given me exactly.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll let you use investigate. And investigate's to kind of break puzzles and understand clues.
Okay.
This will just be normal difficulty. So make me an investigate check.
Okay. 2 6s.
2 6s. Okay. So not only do you get to ask me 2 questions, you get a bonus effect. And the bonus effect is you can ask me 1 additional question, and you take +1 die to 1 roll when you use that information. So anytime you use that information, you can get +1 die to that roll.
Okay.
So what questions do you have for me?
Just to make sure how this. Thank you.
No, you can pretty much ask me any question. I'll ask you it's fair game because it seems like either Börje or you, the player, are trying to piece this together, and this is kind of our opportunity to pierce the veil and answer some of these questions.
What does it mean?
What specifically do you want to get meaning from?
The Scarecrow selling movies at gas stations and libraries.
That's pretty much literally what's happening. This girl, who is nicknamed Scarecrow, is selling these bootlegged videos at places like gas stations, libraries, where people are gathering. And she's not a very public individual, which is why she doesn't conduct business over telephone and doesn't really gather people's names. But that's very literally what is going on right now. Like that's face value what I said. I don't know if that gives you any closure at all as a player.
Any connection between Scarecrow and black hooded figures?
Indirectly. That's all I can really say. It's not a Torvi didn't get the vibe that like Jenny knew what these figures were about. Like that, it really seemed like a foreign idea to her. But even indirectly, like, you know, you've got the bulletin board with like the red yarn and stuff, and you can kind of connect a line. And there seems to be something to do with you've determined that these videos have something to do with these things through Bobby, and you know that these videos come back to her. So there's something. She's in this train of thought somewhere. You have one bonus question, and if you're able to use any of the information I give you during this kind of one-on-one, you'll be able to add a die to that roll.
Wait. Okay. I just had a complete
Brain fart.
Revelation or
no.
No?
The opposite.
Oh, the
get-
opposite.
You get one more bonus question on top of your 2 bonus questions. If you use
Yeah.
any of this information later on, you can add a d6 to that to use that information.
You pulled
Okay.
one.
So basically, this information that I get, I can't really say to anybody
No,
unless
yeah,
I
you
roll
can.
it.
Yeah, you can.
You were
Yeah, you
encouraged
can.
to.
It's just so
Remember, we're still
anything that we've
separated.
talked about
Yeah, we're still
just now,
upstairs.
if you're able to use that information, like I'm using this information, I know that, you know, these things are connected.
Yeah.
You can add a d6 to that check
Okay.
because you're such a good investigator.
So if you can use the information if he can use the information you just gave him in his question he's getting ready to pose to you.
No, later on.
Later
anytime
on.
in this,
Okay.
anytime in this
So
session.
I can withhold the
Okay.
question right now.
Okay.
Well, you can ask the question now. You're still going to be able to use the bonus later.
Yeah,
It's a later bonus.
Use the info
Okay.
for a bonus later. Sorry.
We're still separated.
I know. This is.
I'm gonna so we don't have to be on the phone anymore.
Well, this is out of character, Tom, right
Yeah.
now, too. Like, we're not talking in character because, you know, it's like, this is the disembodied voice of the game master telling Börje right now that...
Well, I was just gonna, in character shut down. Did you finish talking with her? Do you know what kind of weird setup she has?
do you still see it?
Do I still see?
I was actually going to do something. So
Well, that... Yeah, so
Let me
hold on to that question.
I want to hold on to that. I actually want to think
You
about
said that
this.
you wanted to
Yes.
do something first.
Yes.
So, Marianne, what are you doing while
I'm getting very impatient. These guys are scared the fuck out. I see dead things all the time. I draw them. I see blood. I'm attracted. My drive. I'm drawn to anything different or strange.
Okay.
That's my drive. Like I think this is the shit. So knowing that I'm on the 2nd floor, people can't get in as much. I'm gonna open the window,
Okay.
and if the roof is to where you can walk out on it, I'm walking out onto the roof, and I'm going to try to get a really good look at the guy.
Okay, so what I'll say is that the
Because
room...
I actually did that as a kid. I'd sit on my roof all the
Yeah.
time.
So what I'll say is that the entrances for like this apartment are kind of like covered with sort of like an
Okay.
awning type deal.
So no roof.
Well, that's what you'd be climbing onto.
Yeah.
So basically you would be like on a roof, but it's like above the entrance. So that is possible, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, if the roof is not like right outside the window, then I'm just going to...
It kind of is like it's like maybe like a 2-foot step down, and you might be like
Oh, yeah, that's how
yeah.
it was at my
Yeah,
parents' house.
you
It's
can
fine.
do that just fine.
I'd
is what
read
I'm
on the
trying to
roof
say.
all the time.
Yeah, so you're able to do that. The only thing is, it might be a little slippery.
I'm going to reach my hand back, and I'm going to have Mills hold my hand so that I can try to get a look, as an anchor. Because I really want to see what it is, but I didn't want to open up the door to walk outside.
Okay.
Knowing that I'm on the 2nd floor, I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable going out because I'm on the roof.
Yeah.
I'm weird. I climb shit. I'm drawn to strange things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'd like for you to do is I need you to make me a move roll. That's going to be under body.
Yeah.
And this is basically you. It's been raining. The shingles are wet. They might be a little bit slippery.
Okay.
It's actively raining. The consequence for not getting this is you'll probably slip and end up like falling like in the grass. Probably won't hurt because you're looking at like an 8-foot fall. That's not like the end of the world. But you will be outside and the doors are locked and it's raining on you. You may muddy up your clothes a little bit. So that's the consequence here.
All right. You got me? You got me, Mills?
Yeah.
I really need
you-
to see.
Okay.
I really,
You gonna throw an 8 at her?
you
so
don't have
here's the
to,
thing,
I
like,
mean,
if you
Yeah,
want
I
to,
don't know if I want to put myself.
yeah,
You don't
if you
have
want to
to.
assist,
You don't
basically
have
you
to.
give her a
You know
die,
what?
but if not,
you don't
like
have to.
Yeah,
she
I'll
could
assist.
potentially yank you with her. So
You don't have
I'll
to.
assist. Yeah.
So you'll assist. Okay, so
sure?
you get an extra D6, and he'll share in the consequence.
Come on. Oh, Jesus. Really? Nope.
You got
Okay.
luck.
So
I
You
don't
don't
have
have
any
luck.
luck. I don't have any luck.
your pride is
My pride is I can draw anything very realistic.
okay, and I also forgot that you've got a condition
I
mark,
do.
which means that you will actually
nice
take a
one.
die out
Ooh.
of that dice pool.
So it wouldn't have mattered anyway, that one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, let's see. So you
Sorry, I
could
just saw the scene in my head.
you could mark a condition to re-roll, or you could take the L.
I get a little scared. Knowing that I'm starting to slip, I get scared, and I try to reach back and grab the windowsill.
Okay, gotcha. So mark scared. You can re-roll all your failed dice.
I'm getting all the conditions. Oh, shit.
-2 now, right?
Oh, jeez, that was a 6.
The way I rule it is I'll
That-
usually
that-
do it
that-
after.
That probably doesn't
Yeah.
count because it fell off the table, but that was a 6.
Yeah, doing your box there.
I know. Nope.
No? Okay. So Marianne doesn't like what she feels when she puts her feet down for purchase, and she kind of panics, reaches for anything she could find. Regretfully, she finds Mill's collar. So, with the collar of her shirt and his forearm, as she slips and falls, pulls you bodily out of the window, and because this awning is slanted, you both kind of gradually slide down to about a height of 7 feet, and then splat unceremoniously into the grass next to the sidewalk. It's nothing rough or hard or anything like that, and it doesn't hurt. It basically just like hurts your pride. You're
Yeah.
a bit muddied up and stuff. You're now outside,
But they don't know it.
locked door. Nobody else was upstairs.
Can I see what the thing is? It says I'm outside.
Did either of us hear that sound?
Yeah.
So, what you so what Börje and Torvi would have heard is a like some scuffling as Marianne was trying to fight to keep her balance. A thud as Mills was pulled, and pulled and almost hits like face first. Like it's at least it's definitely like chest first, but like this close from just like right here on the shingles, pulled like stomach down. She at least landed like feet down, and you got the scary ride, right? So you hear like a thud on the roof, but it's wet and the ground's soft and whatever, so you don't really hear like the contact on the ground. You just hear something like maybe something just jumped on the roof.
I'm basically going to run up to the door and start banging on it and knock. Hey guys, it's me. No, it's Mills. We fell out. Hey guys, come on, open the door.
I fucked up.
Keep looking back.
This makes me about me.
Guys,
I'm looking out the
it's
hole.
us.
You look out the hole, and it's like that fisheye effect, and you see like Marianne and Mills both crowded at the door, like panicked. They looked soaked. They've got like a bit of mud on them and stuff. Not like 3 minutes ago, they were upstairs.
Oh, wait, I should probably unlock it. 3.
Barrels in!
Yeah, basically falls in.
Yeah, so like the weight.
Shut the door, shut the door.
Wait a second. No, you guys are like leaning on the door.
Whoa.
Are they in the way of the door
Trying
shutting?
to-
I was
Get-
pushing the
yeah.
door. I was like pushing
So
the
here's
door.
a problem. If it's up to fire code, the door like opens outwards. So like if you're pushing on the door, he wouldn't even be able to
Really?
open it.
Oh wow, our door is
Oh, I
not
guess mine
fired.
opens
Yeah,
inward
ours
too.
is
so-
inward.
Mine
okay.
opens in.
Yeah, it opens inward. Okay. No, we'll say it opens inward, and basically, these two pile in, soaking wet, a bit muddy, panicked.
Okay.
Shut the door, shut the door.
Yeah, bit of an accident upstairs. Don't really want to talk about it. So, how things go on your end? Did you get a hold of? Did you understand our recording setup?
Yes, but she seemed very dodgy on some of the stuff.
Some of what stuff?
Well, I couldn't get it out of her.
Wait, so she's like recording stuff, but she's doing something else
She
with
said
them?
she
Yes.
recorded it off of like HBO.
Yeah.
She said she recorded it off of the TV. I mean, she seems straightforward to me.
Okay,
like,
so she's recording things, but using this weird technology that even second smartest guy in school here knows what they are. Doesn't know.
Look, she wouldn't explain the entire thing to me. I understood what was there so far. But beyond that, she wouldn't tell me.
You don't think that whatever she's copying is somehow making these movies real, do you? Like, I mean, that's not a thing. Like, I've read stories of that, but I mean,
Dude,
Right?
you've been reading one too many books.
I mean, I don't
yeah,
know,
well,
she
they're a little
seems
more
straightforward.
informative than your video games, so come on.
Oh. Oh. Well, Charlotte's Web sucked. Yes, I said it.
Yeah, I'll agree on that one. So, but come on, I mean,
Nerd Burns 86. What a savage.
Charlotte's Web.
Just to be clear, I loved Charlotte's Web. That
And
was
I did
my
not.
character that said that.
Okay, but, well,
I mean, you know all the tech stuff. Is
yeah.
that like possible?
I mean, in real life, they haven't proven that.
Okay, well, just because they haven't proven it, I guess, doesn't mean it's not possible.
What, you think they opened a portal, recorded the movie, threw the tape in there, out the tape comes out, you play it in the VCR, and then suddenly a hooded black figure comes out and terrorizes people? Really?
There's a thump on the roof.
You guys were up there, weren't you?
The window's still open.
The window's still
The
open.
window's still open. We fell out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't lead, so I can't make that decision.
You can
Well,
leave
you can
still.
out of character. It's like in D&D. You don't have to persuade your party to do stuff. You can just...
Yeah.
I got my knife.
Alright, screw it, I've had enough.
Well,
I'm going-
so the use of the lead function, you can actually create a dice pool that other people can use for that course of action.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to persuade people at your table to do things.
Okay.
It's like D&D. Like, you don't use diplomacy on party members. You use diplomacy on NPCs. Now, if you want to use the lead skill and basically create a game plan, that's entirely...
Okay.
I don't know if we have time for a game plan though.
Okay, quick thought. I'll go up first. People with weapons behind me.
What?
Why are you going first? You're gonna
What?
get
We got the
squashed.
weapons.
How do we know?
You're the computer nerd.
Well, then you go first.
You go first.
That's what I thought.
So our heroes putting
Guys,
the
this
teenage girls in the front line.
God,
I am the
look,
oldest.
this is my house, okay? I'll go first.
I got the
Jeez.
knife.
I'm taking up the rear.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors?
God,
I'm
I
right
start
beh-
walking upstairs.
I'm right behind. I'm right behind
Cautiously.
you. I'm right
Okay.
behind you.
I got one hand on the
Börje.
Okay.
Laser.
back, and I got the
Laser.
bat in the other
Laser.
one.
So, marching
Walking
order
backwards.
established, going up the steps. slowly. You get up to the top of the steps. You see the window that you guys kind of fell out of. You can see wet, like, footprints that almost look like enlarged canine footprints, muddy and like just wet, leading in. Yeah, carpet or hardwood up here. Just carpet. So yeah, you can see the mud that's kind of caked into the fibers of this carpet, and it trails off because eventually the feet kind of get cleaner as it goes. But it looks like that they go into a room upstairs, maybe like a half bath or something, and such. Probably the full bath upstairs, honestly. So, leading into the bathroom. It looks like maybe it checked one room and whatever, but it's in the bathroom.
Do what? Call the police? They're not helping Bobby.
Let's just beat the crap out of it.
And try.
Besides, if Jonathan comes home and there's a werewolf in the house, he's gonna freaking kill me.
Oh.
That's if you're not already Karen. Get weapons.
Weapons. Right.
So how do you want to play this out?
You got a lightsaber?
No, I don't have a lightsaber.
It's not even out yet, man. I'm just gonna
You knock it out, and I'll stab it.
Okay. So, obviously it's not in the room that we're in.
Right. You guys, the way I see it, you're in a hallway,
Okay.
and you kind of like are approaching the door that this thing is went in. That's just where these paw prints
Okay.
have led to.
So we've sort of checked like this one room that it came in, right? Or could it still be in there?
It's probably still in there,
Okay.
judging by the paw prints.
Okay.
Let's do this together.
Okay, you get that side, I'll get this side.
All right.
We're gonna die.
I call the TPK.
I mean, I'm going with them ready to jump in with whatever, but I have no weapons.
Okay, gotcha.
So
You're just
we
gonna tackle.
sort of like back to back, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
into the room.
Okay. So the door opens, and you see the figure. It's in there, and the hood's down or whatever, and it looks like very similar to the werewolf that you saw in the movie. It's just got this coat on, and just this savage like wolf mouth, and you kind of get the drop on it a little bit, so it's like kind of looks and sort of like snarls and growls like
Super
real
scared.
menacingly. What do you do?
Hit it.
I'm very, very scared, but I'm
kids,
gonna
though.
swing as hard as I can at its like shoulder area.
Okay, so you're going to make me a force roll because you are fighting. Now, you had the baseball bat, correct?
Yes.
So go ahead and use your bonus D6 with that. And what's your, you are swinging to incapacitate, to injure, to
incapacitate.
kill. So you're swinging.
Well, because I'm not sure if it's
'Cause
a
it
dude
affects
in a mask.
difficulty.
I don't know if it's a guy in a mask or an actual werewolf. Like at this point, I'm scared, but I just want to make
Okay.
it stop moving.
So if you inflict pain, you're hoping for a real human. Ow, it hurt!
yeah, I'm hoping
Okay.
for some sort of.
So you're aiming to like injure, menace, and stuff. Okay, so that's going to be normal difficulty. You just want to hit him in like an appendage, somewhere where it's going to hurt, and if it's someone playing a joke, they're going to snap out of it like real
Yeah.
quick. Okay, yep. Just going to make me roll.
Nope.
No, okay. So you got options. You've got your pride, you've got luck, and you could mark a condition.
My pride's pretty generic. It was like nothing scares me, even though I'm scared. So
Well, this. Okay,
like
so
I'm very sort of like
yeah,
totally
so
scared.
like you've been dealing with this for probably
Bravado.
a good long while now, and now here's your time. You can do something about it. Like you now have some agency in this issue, and you're going to swing for the fences. So if you want to mark your pride, you get an auto success, and you hit this thing like you hit it real hard, and not that you probably have much experience with hitting flesh with baseball bats. I mean, if you do, correct me.
no.
Okay. If you do, you may correct me at any point.
More mouth then.
you hit, and it's solid. It almost feels like there's less give than you almost expected when you hit it. And also, the noise that it made wasn't like it. You know what it reminds you of? The sound that it reminds you of? That one time a couple years ago when you dropped your Walkman down the steps. The old Walkman, not the new one that you got recently, but the old one that you used to have. The reason you have the new one, it's like that kind of like just almost mechanical, like cracking noise. Not anything that you would expect from a mammal.
Does it like jar me a little bit when I hit it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you hit a wall.
Yeah.
It's almost like you hit like a metal trash can. Like there's some give, but there's like something weird about it.
Okay, I'm just gonna like, and just stun for a second.
But I mean, it like, you see it react. Like it wasn't like this immovable object or something. Like it reacts from that blow.
Okay, so
Did it make a sound?
I'm gonna try to see if she's coming at it, and if she's not, I'm gonna try to like.
Okay, it will actually kind of like let out a roar in pain, like it'd been assailed by a teenager with a baseball bat.
Ironically,
Marianne, you've got a knife out.
What do you want? What are you doing in here? Why are you following us? What the shit, man? What? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, I have a knife!
So,
Because I probably heard the thunk and was like, shit.
okay.
Like, if it was like a hard metallic sound, like,
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I'm not gonna like heel press it, I'm gonna like back up, so I'm not in front of someone with a knife.
Yeah.
right beside me.
So, what is that really? Are you trying to like intimidate it, or?
I'm trying to get it to talk. I'm trying to say, why is it following me? Why are you here? Why are you coming up into our house?
Okay. So make me a charm roll, and I'm going to say it's going to be extremely difficult to try to get
really
info.
gonna
So
fail
you would
because
need,
I have 5 and then I have to take 2 off.
yeah, you would need 2 successes to actually make
Lord.
this work.
Is there a way I can help her, or am I tapped out for now?
I think you hitting it probably improved the difficulty of this some. So I would say you've already assisted this particular predicament.
In the other way.
Yeah.
All right.
De-Sisted?
Debuff.
Oh.
I got 1 success.
1 success.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you would need 2 to try to get anything out of this.
I'm just going to take it as
Okay.
is.
So you take the L. It just kind of roars again in your face and menaces. It takes a swipe, but it's hard to describe. It's like it doesn't really have much spirit behind it. Like it takes a swipe at about the same distance I am from you.
Does it move exactly from a scene in the movie?
I would need give me investigate, and then if you succeed, you'll get to ask me 2 questions to kind of piece this together, because I feel like Mills might be on the right track here.
That is 3 successes.
Ooh.
3 successes. Okay. So basically, that's going to be like the success with benefit that Börje had. You'll get to ask me 4 questions, and twice you'll be able to add D6 to the roll
All right.
later.
Does it move like it moved in the movie? Like
very
can
similarly,
I see a
like
specific
it's not
scene or something?
similarly, like it's not exact choreography,
Okay.
but I mean, it's almost like you got the person wearing the suit doing the same thing.
Right.
Like you got Andy Serkis to act like Gollum.
Do I hear like whirring or some sort of mechanical the loop technology stuff? Is there like a resonant sound or something that's characteristic of it?
after Torvi hit it, you feel like you might hear a little bit of like grinding and whirring that may have not been there before. Like, you know how certain like a bicycle chain really shouldn't make noise unless it's like messed up, and then it's like louder than hell. Like it's that type of thing. Like you've messed something up, you've got something out of alignment, and now you can hear like something mechanical going on.
All right. Would I know where loop robots are produced?
So the loop is essentially like a very large underground. Like it's miles and miles around. And it's kind of classified where exactly the loop is, but you know that like a hotbed of activity is Christiansburg, which is about 50 to 60 minutes drive from Princeton. So it would take a while to walk it. That being said, there could be other substations that you're not aware of, depending on where this radius is and where Princeton kind of lies around it. So, maybe.
Okay.
You still have one more question.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of how to ask it. Because it's weird. This really isn't like my character's wheelhouse, but
Maybe you read about it.
yeah, maybe I read about it.
You probably got a pretty good imagination.
Is it possible that when she is copying the movies, it is taking that data and sending it somewhere to produce the monsters from the movies?
It's very possible.
Okay.
So, I never got to ask my third question.
Would you
There you
like
go.
to ask it now?
Can I ask it knowing what he's asked?
Sure.
Okay. Is there a way I can shut this down?
You would have to be local.
Local.
Like we don't have internet.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to be on site, like to take care of the hardware. Like that way, like. So Jenny gave you an idea of what the setup was, but there's one thing about telling someone to set up, and then there's another thing like seeing it and being able to actually physically manipulate it and see what exactly is going on. That way, you know, which part do I need to shut down to actually, you know, do something about it. But to do that, you feel like you'd have to be on site. It's not something that you could probably coach her through.
That's a shot to my pride. Because I'm the smartest kid in school.
Well, and that's the
Second
thing
smartest.
too. It's not a fault of yours. I mean, it would be like, you know, a brain surgeon trying to coach a layperson through a very difficult procedure. There's only so much you can expect a person with limited skill to be able to accomplish, and of course, you know, that's the thing. It's not a limitation of you; it's a limitation of everybody else.
Okay. So meanwhile, we have a werewolf in front of us.
Go for the kneecap!
Guys, I
Guys-
bet my mom's just right around the corner.
Guys, I
We
think
can
it's
probably get in her car.
a robot thing. Hey,
But we don't have a lot of time. Can I try for a kneecap?
Techie, how do we shut down robots?
Like, depending
Okay.
on how this goes.
That's a
because-
good question. I'll do round robin just so everyone has a chance to. But you hit it. You menaced it, trying to get information. You assess the
Assessed it.
situation. Is there anything you would like to do? He said it's a robot.
Yeah.
Boy, you've got options now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No,
If I could
shut
only
this thing
reprogram it.
What about
Tell
an
me
off
how.
switch?
Tell me how you do it.
How I do it? I would open up its chest compartment or back compartment and recross the wires.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I would call that. We want to call this a machine, an electronic device, computer program, a technical item. What do you think a robot is? Electrical device?
Yeah.
We'll go with a
It's not-
program check. I'll say program. I'm
Okay.
going to call it extremely difficult because also what you were suggesting requires some like physical manipulation, so you have to get close to do it.
Okay.
But now that you're looking and you're thinking, oh, robot, well, I might be able to. And now you're looking at like the arm and stuff, and you can see that there's like a little gap here you might be able to do something with. So, yeah, I'll say it's extremely difficult. So you'll need 2 successes,
Okay.
and you can do program, absolutely.
Here we go.
I see one.
1.
Okay, so
Luck.
you spend a point of luck. You can re-roll all of your failures. You keep that 1 success.
Nice.
That's yours. So you can mark a point of luck.
1 in 6 chance. I hope. Yes.
All right, so you got your 2 successes?
Yes.
Excellent. So you get in there, you look really closely, you find some wires, you grab some, you cross others, you see the arm kind of seize up, servos start spinning very fast, and it kind of causes like this chain reaction of breakdowns and stuff through the body. It jerks, it stops, and then as soon as it stops, like it's this sort of robotic rigor mortis sets in. The weight, yeah, the like it's the eyes do weird stuff. The faint smell of ozone in the air now. Where it's so like top heavy and no longer has like, you know, the articulation in the legs and stuff helping support it, this kind of falls over unceremoniously onto the bathroom floor, maybe half draped over the bathtub.
So.
Just sort of slide down against the wall and take a cucumber sandwich out of my pocket.
It's a little warm now because it's been several hours.
No crust though, so
Yeah.
Yes, I mean that's the important part. She cut the crust off.
And she cut it in little triangles.
It's like how much wasted bread was there in service to these cucumber sandwiches? Ambient music provided by Tabletop Audio. Original 10-minute ambiances and music for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.